First, I'd like to thank the National Football Foundation. I remember being a young student athlete myself, sitting up here in these chairs about 10 years ago. It's great to be back here tonight and, be able to speak with all of you. Also, congratulations to all you finalists and award winners tonight. It's a great accomplishment for what you guys have all done, both on and off the field, and, just want to extend my congratulations there. I had a little bit eye-opening. I know Aaron, especially now that, Coach Jay, Coach Hartline, and the rest of the team have won it. We're now old and washed up and irrelevant now as the 2014 national champions, and that's okay. I have a 6-year-old son, took him to practice this fall, right, during camp. And it was kind of reminiscing of how old I actually am, as he went there and he looked at me and he goes, "Hey, Dad, you think like the guys like you, like from the olden days, can play the guys like currently playing?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, buddy, right? Like we'll try to do it." So this is good reflection here, sitting up here tonight, and again remembering where I was 10 years ago, like these young men up here on the stage. Currently, guys, I'm married with a wife and 3 kids. My oldest boy is 6 years old, the 4-year-old daughter, and our youngest daughter is about to be 2 this week. For me, it's one of the most important roles that I have on a daily basis, is being the absolute best husband and father to my kids. So I spend most of my day, most of my time at this point working or coaching. Was not in my bio, but my one proud accomplishment from this last year is I did lead our first and second grade tackle football team to a championship in the Licking County League. So if anyone's looking for a coach, our scrimmage was not good. Our first scrimmage, I told my wife, like, I'm done. I think it was 50-0, and we ended up turning it around. So it's good. People always ask me if I miss playing football. It's probably one of the most common things, right, that comes up just in the business world and when we talk shop. My answer is no. I was a 6'1", 290-pound center that had surgery on both my shoulders, both my calves, both my ankles, going up against like 350-pound one technique and 3 techniques. So no, I don't. But on a serious note, I get, and this is something for me post-football. When we were at Ohio State, Coach Meyer always did a great job with life after football. The reality is there's a very small minority of young student athletes, and anyone for that nature, even at places like Ohio State, that have the fortune of playing long enough in the NFL that you can just retire, right? You've made enough money. I forget the stat, but it's a fraction of a fraction, right, of a percent, and a very small piece. And so, one thing that Coach Meyer always did, and I know this Coach Day still does, is life after football, in real life Wednesdays. And for me, still to this day, I don't miss football because I get the same passion and drive from what I do. So very fortunate. Currently we have a family that has 2 service-based businesses, and get to lead that organization of about 300 plus team members on a daily basis. And for me, it is all about, the same. I'm confident that I cannot do what I'm doing now without my experiences from football and learning from my high school coaches and also from Coach Meyer on how a high-functioning organization really should work, and how we get the best, and how I get the best out of my team members on a daily basis, and how we can go execute. So, I guess I'll be quick too. Aaron said I'd talk about myself, and that's not one thing I enjoy doing. I'll leave you young athletes and parents with a quick story. So, while I was extremely fortunate to have a really great career throughout my high school and college opportunities, right, and a lot of awards and accolades, which were all great. The reality is that it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. So my senior year, we're competing for the state championship against Ignatius, and in that game I tear my labrum, right, tear my shoulder. So I graduated early, started at Ohio State in January, and at that point I was competing for the backup position behind Corey Lindsley. So, able to kind of do that and improve my way out through spring ball, but I wasn't able to kind of continue playing. So I had my first surgery while at Ohio State, and that kind of put me behind for about 6-7 months. First kind of strike on adversity there. After backing up Corey for 2 years, wasn't really the epitome. Again, guys, I didn't get any shorter. This is as tall as I was when I was playing at Ohio State. So, I'm not the Pouncey brothers or anything like that coming off the bus. So there was a challenge, right, on if I was the right, if I was the right player to be leading the line at center. So they brought in a transfer from Alabama. I'm glad it wasn't Seth, because if he's not here tonight, but if it was Seth, I probably wouldn't have won this award, and I would have been backing him up for a couple of years. But that was another challenge for me, guys. The reality is that, I had another strike of adversity, of proving myself. I think this is really important in this day and age of college football, where you face adversity, right? And, these young athletes in here, you're going to face adversity. It's not as easy, right, as transferring out, right? And you can, but it doesn't really help prepare you, right, and challenge you for what life is after football. And I can say I was close, and then this is really to the parents. I haven't really told the story much, is I was at the point where I was like, they don't want me here? Maybe this isn't for me, right? And I remember for my parents, they wouldn't allow it, right? So they forced me, they drove me, right? And really challenged me to be, to go compete, right? And prove myself that I could be able, I could start for Ohio State and win a national championship. So, the one thing, guys, that, and I think Nate, right, shared it, guys, there's going to be challenges each and every day. That's a part of football. I think that is hands down one of the best things that football teaches all of us, is how to handle adversity. Right now, and I think as you guys progress through your career, you're going to be hit with things, right, that you don't want, challenges that are unforeseen. My, I guess, word of encouragement is look at that as an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity to become a stronger man, a stronger leader, and eventually a stronger husband, leader, whatever it is in the community. So, guys, just want to say thank you, to, like I said, the National Football Foundation. Appreciate coming out here, and young athletes. I see a lot of these names up here. Looking forward to seeing what you guys do on the field, but also off the field in the community. So, thank you.